liking ourselves, having high self-esteem as we tend to put it, is crucial to any feeling of well-being. What's odd then is just how unpredictable the allocation of esteem often turns out to be. There are people with modest jobs, unspectacular bodies, and unglamorous friends who confidently nevertheless lay claim to buoyant levels of self-esteem. They seem to like themselves despite the absence of any vigorous signs of approval from the world at large. And then there are others for whom no amount of achievement, prestige, and financial security ever seems to do the trick. They anxiously chastise and critique themselves, always feeling that they've underperformed, never quite trusting that they really deserve to exist. Having sound levels of self-esteem ultimately appears to have precious little to do with hitting any verifiable benchmarks. It seems connected up with a stranger, more internal, more subjective kind of logic, with factors immune to standard notions of achievement. 3 factors stand out in particular. Firstly, what your same-sex parent did. The single greatest determinant of how much you will esteem yourself is how you compare with your same-sex parent, whether you've achieved more or less than mum or dad. Rather brutally, it seems that comfortable levels of self-esteem are only available to those who've managed to outpace their same-sex parent. Those from a poor background have a big, unwitting advantage here. You might only be driving a beaten-up old taxi around Manhattan and living in one room in Harlem. But if your same-sex parent was a subsistence farmer from eastern Burkina Faso, you will at times feel princely nevertheless. Similarly, yet more darkly, you might have grown up in ostensibly privileged circumstances, but if your same-sex parent made a few $100 million and you're only managing to pull in a middle-class salary, you're liable never quite to shake off a haunting feeling that you're a disgrace. Secondly, what your peer group is up to. We don't feel inadequate in relation to everyone who has more than us,